Okay, Rory, thank you for joining us here. 1 week removed from your win at the Players' Championship and making your first start at the Texas Children's Houston Open since 2014. Welcome back to Houston. If we can get some comments on being here this week.
Yeah, good to be back. As you said, it's been 11 years since I was here. It was usually the week, directly before the Masters tournament, and now it's 2 weeks before. But I've watched this tournament the last couple of years, especially since it moved to this date instead of the fall, and felt like it was a golf course that would be right up my alley and would suit my game and suit my style of play. So, good to get a look at the golf course the last couple of days, and excited to just keep going. It's been a great start to the season for me, and I want to continue that.
Since you're seeing the course for the first time, you could go ahead and give us some thoughts on what you're seeing out there, and does it remind you of another course on the circuit anywhere?
No, not particularly. Like the way it's set up, it's for the longer hitter, it's a perfect golf course. It sort of bombs away off the tee, and then it requires quite a bit of thought from the second shot in. So, like the green complexes are pretty, they're severe in areas, and you have to really think about where you want your second shot to be and where the miss is and a lot of the runoffs. But I think it's generous. It's generous off the tee, but then second shots in, it really challenges you and challenges you to really think about where you want to place your ball after that.
Rory, what's one or two things you picked up from your trip to Augusta? Obviously, you've been there enough times, but is there one or two things that stood out to you on your trip to Augusta this week?
Not really. I mean, I use those trips just to refamiliarize myself with the place. Clubs off tees, looking to see if they changed any greens. There's 4 greens that are new this year that they've redone. So you just sort of you have a look at those and see if there's any new hole positions they could use, stuff like that. But apart from that, it's honestly, for me, it's nice to play a practice round without people around, and it sort of takes the pressure off the start of the week for me. There's a lot of obligations, there's big commitments, whether it be from media or the par 3 tournament on Wednesday. So I just like to get up there and feel like I'm not rushed Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, the week of the tournament, and that's usually the reason I go there.
Obviously there was a lot of damage on 16. Tree fell on anything. Did you see 16 appear any different to you?
Look, the loss of a few trees is definitely noticeable. But in terms of like they've had to redo that green, but it's exactly the same as what it was. So the whole play, apart from maybe a few less shadows on the green late in the day, because of some, a couple of trees that were lost. But apart from that, it's pretty much the same.
Can you talk us through your thought process coming to Houston? Obviously, it wasn't always on your...
No, I've played San Antonio the last couple of years, and I like San Antonio. I think it's a good track, and it's a good tournament, and it's a really well run event. But as I said, I've watched this tournament the last couple of years and felt like it would be a good fit for me, good fit for my game.
The aesthetics here are different, given that it's a city course, where you see skyscrapers in the distance.
Yeah.
What's on that?
Yeah, I think like it's an amazing venue for a golf tournament. We can stay right here, like 5 minutes away from the golf course, and it's everything's so convenient and so easy. So it's a great location for sure.
Do you have any standout great memories or horrible memories of Houston Open?
Not really. I feel like I always played pretty average over there at the old place. So, it's fine. Yeah, I remember it always being pretty rainy. Like as always, and it looks like we're going to get a bit of rain again this week. So, yeah.
We always made a big deal here about trying to set it up like Augusta.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, there is only one Augusta. So
Yeah.
You play there enough that you don't really need that. You just need to play with golf.
Yeah, I just want to get a card in my hand and shoot scores and hopefully get myself in contention and try to win another golf tournament. Like it's not as if I'm playing here this week and thinking about 2 weeks' time. I'm here. I'm in the present. I'm trying to do my best this week and trying to win this golf tournament.
Obviously, Rory, you're on form, as they would say over in the UK. What do you hope to get from this week?
I think just competitive reps. I think I want to. I'm obviously playing well. I want to keep playing well. So I think every round you play where you see good things, it just you're sort of filling up that confidence bucket a little bit. So I want to see that, and then I still. Look, it was great to get a win a couple weeks ago, but I still feel like I could have played a lot better. There was, I tried to poke holes in a lot of my game last week and think about things I could do better, and there was definitely a few things that I could work on or do better. So it's, it's a good opportunity to go out and, see if some of the work I did at home and I'm continuing to do here, hopefully it's all going in the right direction.
Were you aware of how well Tony's played his last year? I think he's 29 under the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Any thoughts on that?
Look, in any other sport, you maybe look at what your opponents or competitors are doing, but I just, if I go out this week and I, shoot 465s, pretty sure that'll be okay. Yeah, so I just have to worry about myself.
You're not playing Tony. You're playing
Exactly. I'm playing Memorial Park this week.
Did you pick anybody's brain when deciding to come here over San Antonio with maybe about the course changing from being in the fall to now in the spring?
Yeah, not. It was sort of more just me watching it on TV the last couple of years. We watched a little bit of it last weekend with Scottie being up there and Steven Jaeger, and it looked like with the overseed and sort of trying to a lot of the chipping is very similar to what we're going to face in a couple of weeks' time. So I just thought there was there's a couple of different things about the golf course that would not only fit my game and what I do well, but also looking with one eye ahead to a couple of weeks' time. Is there certain things that I would face here that would be somewhat good prep or good practice going into the first major of the year.
regular tournament like this, not all that often you're going to get number 1 and number 2 in the world.
Yeah.
Is there a rivalry between you and Scottie? Obviously it'd be a friendly rivalry, I assume, but is it kind of fun to have him on the course at the same time?
It's awesome. I think what Scottie's done the last couple of years in golf is amazing. It's great to have him be. He's great for the game. What he did last year. I don't think it's talked about enough. His season last year is up there with one of the all-time great seasons in the history of the game. He's an amazing player. He's a great person as well. He's got a great family, and it's good to see him doing. It's good for the game, and it's nice to see nice people succeed. So I have nothing but respect and admiration for Scottie.
Having said that, you hope to beat him here, right?
Of course. Yeah.
You talked about copying Scottie's strategy on the course, maybe not taking as many rests, stuff like that. Could that be the missing piece for you? Copy that strategy. He's had so much success.
Yeah. I've had quite a bit of success too, though, so I don't think there's a lot of missing pieces, so to say. But I think you're always looking around and seeing if there's, certain things you can maybe take out of someone's game. And I think it's hard to not look at what Scottie's done the last couple of years and not take notice and sort of try to dig in. Okay, why has he been able to separate himself a little bit from the rest of his peers at this point? And to me, one thing he was definitely doing a little better than me the last couple of years was that sort of course strategy and course management, and that's something that it's forced me to look at and maybe be a little more thoughtful and diligent with that side of it.
Rory, what was your Happy Gilmore filming experience like? Looking back on it now, how cool was it to be on that proper set? What do you reflect back on that now?
Yeah, it was amazing. I spent 2 weeks up there, and just really cool to I did it with. Spend a lot of time with Scottie and Brooks and Bryson. It was sort of the four of us that were up there filming a lot of the same scenes. And yeah, it's really cool to be, Happy Gilmore was one of my favorite movies growing up. So to be acting alongside, or acting, don't know if you could call it acting, we'll wait and see. But, with Sandler and, all the rest of the cast, it was an unbelievable experience. I certainly do not have a future in movies or acting, but it was an amazing experience. Depends how firm it is, but yeah, I think that's the one thing. Even when I went to it, I thought like in firm conditions it could really help just having that little bit extra spin around the greens, and extra spin with some of the the iron shots coming into the greens. But yeah, like it depends. If it rains, I think it almost could be like a little more challenging because it's a bit spinnier. But if it's firm, it could certainly help.
Scottie, Rory, you talked a little bit about how golf can be more relatable, how you can be more friendly to the media, how players can. All players show emotion on the golf course. The difference is it's all captured on video these days, whether it be whoever, Peyton last week or whoever it is. You've shown emotion. Can that make golf more relatable to the average guy, the average golfer who obviously plays, knows how hard it is, shows emotion on the course? Can that be relatable to?
It can be relatable, but at the same time, you want to try to set a proper example. Like you don't want 10-year-old kids punting their putters across the green every time they miss a putt. But at the same time, it shows that we are human. It shows a human side to ourselves. But at the same time, we have a responsibility to set an example. And golf is a lot about the etiquette of the game and doing the right thing. And so there's a balance to be struck there.
All right, guys. Thank you. Thanks, Rory.
Thank you.